Hi y'all, it's been a bit, but I'm back with a new devlog showcasing my progress on Little Miss Dragon. And I know there's been a ton of delays with me getting this one out, but now I'm more than eager to work on the game again. And when we last left off, I had finally finished fixing bugs for my first demo of the game, and the plan after that was to work on what happens after you beat that initial level. So the first thing I worked on was making the hub, since that's where you're going to travel to after you beat the first tutorial level. I made a few houses and added some NPCs along with them. The NPCs don't have any witty or clever dialogue at the moment, but that could be worked on later. And the only thing worth noting in the town is this shop I made, in which you'll exchange your money for special items that you can use to get more new abilities, and this mysterious looking doghouse, whose purpose I'll reveal in a later devlog. Next, I want to work on the level select, and my idea for this was to make it somewhat of a diorama that you fly around in which you choose a level by fly to that level. It looked pretty nice so far, but I think I'm going to need to add some changes or fixes to this way of selecting a level, because right now it feels too slow in my eyes. Next up was the big thing I needed to work on, which was the next level. And in case you don't know or don't remember, this game is going to have a similar form of progression as the Mega Man series, in which there are 8 levels you can choose from in the order you like, and then a gauntlet of levels before you fight the final boss. So I needed to make at least 8 unique levels with interesting mechanics. And I had an idea for a stage already, and that was this misty bamboo forest with ninja themes. And to start, I made a list of objects you think of when you're thinking of ninja stuff, such as traps, like swinging logs or sharp spikes protruding from the ground, and bushes that can ambush you. Then I began working on the level layout itself, making new textures for the floor, the background, making bamboo trees, and even making mist that covers the floor of the thicket. After that, I got to work on making the obstacles I had planned. The bushes were easy. I just had to make a bush object that gets destroyed when a player touches it, and then it'll spawn an enemy right afterwards. The swinging logs though gave me the biggest headache, since they just weren't looking right in every way. There were so many errors with them, but eventually I got something that looked mostly decent. The spikes were much easier though, and I even made 2 types. Spikes that pop up when you walk onto the trap, and ones that pop up automatically. I also thought of enemies that could fit this ninja theme, such as raccoon dogs that can disappear into a cloud of smoke, and foxes that jump up and throw shurikens down at you. After getting all the obstacles, terrain, and enemies I needed, I started working on the level design. And the more I did it, the more bored I got. The fun of making this game kinda went away since it was the only project I've been working for months. And this is around the time I took a break to work on something new, until I felt the motivation to come back to the game. And that lasted a few months, as you can see. But the moment I got back to the game, I felt way more motivated. And so I redid the entire level I had up until then, since I didn't vibe with it anymore. I also added a new obstacle, a switch that makes a temporary bridge when pressed. Yeah, that doesn't really fit the vibe of the whole ninja theme of the level, but I thought it was something I needed to make the level more memorable. I also experimented with a gimmick that makes your screen foggy, but I put it aside for now because I felt it interfered too much with the level, though I might add it back again, who knows. I then made a variation of the bridge obstacle. These bridges will automatically turn on and off, making situations where the player will either have to time their jumps to get to the next alternating bridge platform safely, or requiring the player to be quick before the bridge turns off. But after that, I began working on my level's boss. Since I seem to be going with the theme of animals with professions for my bosses, I decided to make this one a raccoon dog that is also a ninja. As for his attacks, when I created the first iteration of the fight, they were mostly simple, such as jumping around and throwing shurikens, a charging slash, and his favorite move, spamming shadow clones who attack in their own ways. I sent a demo out to my server to see how they liked the fight, and they seemed to enjoy it. It was not too hard, and it wasn't too easy. Once the boss was done, I made some boss music for Marley. It took me a bit, but I think it turned out great. Here, take a listen. once I got all that done, I will release one last demo and let my server play through it one last time. Speaking of which, shout out to CyberRack for giving me such detailed feedback. I appreciate all the effort you put into breaking my game. And that's this level done. I'm not going to release this new update onto my itch page just yet. The plan is to make one more level and then release it all together. But yeah, that's all I've got for this video. I should be more consistent in my uploading now that college is ending soon. But yeah, anyways, have a great day. Bye.